In a small town, shrouded in fog and whispers, there's a legend that sends shivers down the spines of locals. They call it the Watcher. It's said that if you walk alone at night and hear your name called, you must never respond, because if you do, the Watcher will come for you. Meet Jenna, a curious teenager with a love for urban legends. Her friends often tease her about her fascination, but Jenna doesn't mind. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Jenna and her friends gathered around a flickering streetlight, their faces illuminated by its weak glow. "You guys know about the Watcher, right?" Jenna asked, her eyes gleaming with excitement. Her friends exchanged nervous glances. "That's just a story to scare kids, Jenna. No one really believes that, do they?" said Mark, the skeptical one of the group. But Jenna was undeterred. "I'm going to prove it's real. I'll walk home alone tonight, and if I hear my name, I won't respond, just to see what happens." The laughter faded as dread seeped into the air. They all knew the stories, how people had vanished after responding to the Watcher. Yet Jenna's determination was stronger than their fears. As the clock struck midnight, Jenna stepped out of her friend's house, the streets eerily quiet. The moon hung low, casting a pale light that flickered through the dense fog. With each step, the chill of the night wrapped around her like a shroud. Jenna felt a rush of adrenaline, thrill mingling with fear. Halfway home, she heard it, a soft whisper carried by the wind, barely audible yet unmistakable. Jenna, her heart raced. She stopped, the world around her falling silent. The whisper came again, clearer this time, almost melodic. "Jenna." She took a deep breath, remembering her friend's warning. "Don't respond." But curiosity gnawed at her. What would happen if she did? With shaking resolve, she shouted into the dark, "Who's there?" Silence enveloped her, and her pulse quickened. Did she just make a terrible mistake? Suddenly, the air grew heavy, and an icy breeze swept past her. A figure emerged from the fog, a tall, shadowy silhouette, its features obscured. Jenna's instincts screamed at her to run, but her feet felt rooted to the ground. "Jenna," the figure echoed, its voice a haunting melody that resonated within her bones. It took a step closer, and she could see its eyes, glowing like embers in the night. "Why did you call me?" she managed to stammer, fear clawing at her throat. The figure smiled, a chilling grin that wrapped around her like a vice. "I came to take you home." In that moment, Jenna realized the truth of the legend. The Watcher didn't just take people, it lured them in with familiar voices, twisting their desires into nightmares. The urge to respond had been her undoing. Summoning every ounce of courage, Jenna turned and fled, the sound of her pounding heart drowning out the whispers that followed. She didn't look back, knowing the moment she did, she would be lost forever. As she sprinted through the fog, she could feel the presence of the Watcher closing in. But Jenna was determined to escape the clutches of this urban legend. She remembered the old tales. The Watcher could only haunt those who showed fear. Jenna burst into the safety of her home, locking the door behind her. She leaned against it, gasping for breath, adrenaline coursing through her veins. The whispers faded into silence, but the chilling realization sunk in. She had barely escaped. Days passed, and Jenna tried to shake off the night's terror, but the whispers followed her, creeping into her dreams. One evening, while sitting with her friends, she felt a familiar chill. The lights flickered, and she heard it again, soft yet unmistakable. Jenna. This time she didn't run. The Watcher had come back, and she knew she would have to confront her greatest fear to break the cycle. But would she be brave enough to face it again?